It's time for a mental reboot. It's time for you to rethink society and have a different perspective on how you see things. It's time for you and everyone else to stop dehumanizing yourselves. This is the dehumanization process. Compensation. This is a video reply to your video talking about that. How it is the answer to the ultimate atheist question. You say that people are tested whenever they're brought into the world like that, and that is their test in order to inherit the kingdom of God. But I'm going to look at it from a theistic point of view, and basically, if you ask me, it looks like if it's going to do anything, it's going to push them further away. You ask the question, was 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 years of suffering and poverty compared to an eternity? Well, if you ask me, it's a lifetime. And still, according to your views, it's not even guaranteed. What if they're born like this with a disease, or they're born into poverty and don't have these things, and they don't walk the straight and narrow path? So God made them like that. They endured their life like that, however long it may be, and then they don't live the right way according to God's laws. Then they die and go to hell. So what really was all their suffering for? But I guess that's okay, because after all, they are suffering for Jesus. You brought up the issue about the pictures and why people always show them and ask all these questions like, why did God allow this and everything? Well, coming from your point of view and what you're trying to say, that God allowed them to be like this, and you already said that it makes you feel bad whenever you see them pictures, then how would that make God feel, being supposedly being the caring and compassionate person that He is, looking down and looking at what He did? It doesn't really seem to fit together, if you ask me. And we're continuing with your compensation theory. If you keep going and you're saying that the weak are going to inherit, the poor are going to inherit, and people like that, then what's the point of all these churches doing mission trips to help the weak and the poor and the helpless and starving? Shouldn't they just stay like that? I mean, that's according to you, that's their free ticket into heaven, so what's the point? What really needs to be done is all the preachers and the deacons and all the ones who are well off apparently should be getting rid of their money. Because I mean, if that's the way into heaven, then they need to start working on it instead of taking all the money that the people are giving to God. It just doesn't seem to fit. If God allowed it, then why would He not do anything to change it? How can He allow that, being the caring and compassionate being that He's supposed to be? Oh, they're going to inherit heaven in the end. There's no guarantee according to your views. So if heaven's not guaranteed, then isn't God playing a gamble? Because what if being born mentally incompetent, or born into poverty, or born with AIDS or some other disease that you can't get rid of, would be the one thing that turned them away from God instead of to Him? I just don't see how your God, being supposedly as caring and compassionate as He is, could do that. So, whatever your theory is on compensation, it just doesn't seem to add up to me. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Talk to you next time.